Question 1. Which plate may appear with this road sign? D. Explanation. Road humps are used to slow down traffic. They're found in places where there are often pedestrians, such as shopping areas, near schools, residential areas. Watch out for people close to the curb or crossing the road. Question 2. When must you use dipped headlights during the day? B. When you're driving in poor visibility. Explanation. You must use dipped headlights when daytime visibility is seriously reduced, generally to 100 meters, 328 feet, or less. You may also use front or rear fog lights, but they must be switched off when visibility improves. Question 3. What's a rumble device designed to do? A. Alert you to a hazard. Explanation. A rumble device consists of raised markings or strips designed to give drivers an audible, visual, and tactile warning. These devices are used in various locations, including in the line separating the hard shoulder and the left-hand lane on the motorway and on the approach to some hazards, to alert drivers to the need to slow down. Question 4. You're driving on an icy road. What distance from the car in front should you drive? A. 10 times the normal distance. Explanation. Don't travel in icy or snowy weather unless your journey is essential. Drive extremely carefully when roads are or may be icy. Stopping distances can be 10 times greater than on dry roads. Question 5. How can you use your vehicle's engine to control your speed? D. By changing to a lower gear. Explanation. You should brake and slow down before selecting a lower gear. The gear can then be used to keep the speed low and help you control the vehicle. This is particularly helpful on long downhill stretches where brake fade can occur if the brakes overheat. Question 6. You're driving in fog. Why should you keep well back from the vehicle in front? B. In case it stops suddenly. Explanation. If you're following another road user in fog, stay well back. The driver in front won't be able to see hazards until they're close and might need to brake suddenly. Also, the road surface is likely to be wet and could be slippery. Question 7. Which lights should you switch on when daytime visibility is poor but not seriously reduced? B. Dipped headlights. Explanation. Only use your fog lights when visibility is seriously reduced. Use dipped headlights in poor conditions because this helps other road users to see you without the risk of causing dazzle. Question 8. You've been driving in fog. What must you do when the visibility improves? D. Switch off your fog lights. Explanation. You must turn off your fog lights if visibility is more than 100 meters, 328 feet. Be prepared for the fact that the fog may be patchy and you may need to turn them on again if the fog returns. Question 9. Why are vehicles fitted with rear fog lights? B. To make them more visible in thick fog. Explanation. Rear fog lights make it easier to spot a vehicle ahead in foggy conditions. Avoid the temptation to use other vehicles' lights as a guide, as they may give you a false sense of security. Question 10. What must you do when you're overtaking a car at night? B. Make sure you don't dazzle other road users. Explanation. To prevent your headlights from dazzling the driver of the car in front, wait until you've passed them before switching to main beam. Question 11. You're driving with your front fog lights switched on. What should you do if the fog has cleared? C. Switch them off as long as visibility remains good. Explanation. Switch off your fog lights if the weather improves, but be prepared to use them again if visibility reduces to less than 100 meters, 328 feet. Question 12. What should you do when you're overtaking at night? A. Beware of bends in the road ahead. Explanation. Don't overtake if there's a possibility of a road junction, bend, or brow of a bridge or hill ahead. There are many hazards that are difficult to see in the dark. Only overtake if you're certain that the road ahead is clear. Don't take a chance. Question 13. When may front fog lights be used? D. When visibility is seriously reduced. Explanation. Your fog lights must only be used when visibility is reduced to 100 meters, 328 feet, or less. You need to be familiar with the layout of your dashboard so you're aware if your fog lights have been switched on in error or you've forgotten to switch them off. Question 14. You're driving on a motorway at night. Which lights should you have on if there are other vehicles just ahead of you? A. Dipped headlights. Explanation. If you're driving behind other traffic on the motorway at night, use dipped headlights. Main beam headlights will dazzle the other drivers. Your headlight's dipped beam should fall short of the vehicle in front. Question 15. What should you do if you have to make a journey in foggy conditions? B. Leave plenty of time for your journey. Explanation. If you're planning to make a journey when it's foggy, listen to the weather reports. If visibility is very poor, avoid making unnecessary journeys. If you do travel, leave plenty of time, and if someone is waiting for you to arrive, let them know that your journey will take longer than normal. This will also take off any pressure you may feel to rush. Question 16. Why should you reduce your speed when you're driving or riding in fog? A. It's more difficult to see what's ahead. Explanation. You won't be able to see as far ahead in fog as you can on a clear day. You'll need to reduce your speed so that, if a hazard looms out of the fog, you have the time and space to take avoiding action. Traveling in fog is hazardous. If you can, try to delay your journey until it is cleared. Question 17. Which lights must you use if you're driving on a well-lit motorway at night? C. Use your headlights. Explanation. If you're driving on a motorway at night or in poor visibility, you must always use your headlights, even if the road is well lit. Other road users must be able to see you, but you should avoid causing dazzle. Question 18. Why is it dangerous to leave rear fog lights switched on after the fog has cleared? D. They may be confused with brake lights. Explanation: whether you're braking or you've just forgotten to turn off your rear fog lights. This can be a particular problem on wet roads and on motorways. If you leave your rear fog lights on at night, road users behind you are likely to be dazzled, and this could put them at risk. Question 19. What's the purpose of the yellow lines painted across the road? B. To make you aware of your speed. Explanation: these lines may be painted on the road on the approach to a roundabout, a village, or a particular hazard. The lines are raised and painted yellow, and their purpose is to make you aware of your speed. Reduce your speed in good time so that you avoid having to brake harshly over the last few meters before reaching the junction. Question 20. What should you do when dealing with this hazard? D. Use a low gear and drive slowly. Explanation: in normal conditions, a ford can be crossed quite safely by driving through it slowly. The water may affect your brakes, so when you're clear of the ford, test them before you resume normal driving. Question 21. What should you do when you meet an oncoming vehicle on a single-track road? B. Stop at a passing place. Explanation: take care when using single-track roads. It can be difficult to see around bends because of hedges or fences, so expect to meet oncoming vehicles. Drive carefully and be ready to pull into or stop opposite a passing place, where you can pass each other safely. Question 22. What should you check before you start a journey in foggy weather? D. The windows and lights are clean and clear. Explanation: if you have to drive in fog, switch your dipped headlights on and keep all your windows clear. You should always be able to pull up within the distance you can see ahead. Question 23. What will affect your vehicle's stopping distance? A. The condition of the tires. Explanation: having tires correctly inflated and in good condition will ensure they have maximum grip on the road. How well your tires grip the road has a significant effect on your car's stopping distance. Question 24. You're traveling on a road that has road humps. What should you do when the driver in front is traveling more slowly than you? A. Slow down and stay behind. Explanation: be patient and stay behind the car in front. You shouldn't normally overtake other vehicles in areas subject to traffic calming. If you overtake here, you may easily exceed the speed limit, defeating the purpose of the traffic calming measures. Question 25. You're traveling in very heavy rain. How is this likely to affect your overall stopping distance? D. It will be doubled. Explanation: the road will be very wet and spray from other vehicles will reduce your visibility. Tire grip will also be reduced, increasing your stopping distance. You should at least double your separation distance to make sure you can stop safely in the space you've allowed. Question 26. Why would you fit chains to your wheels? D. To help prevent skidding in deep snow. Explanation: chains can be fitted to your wheels in snowy conditions. They can help you to move off without wheel spin, or to keep moving in deep snow. You'll still need to adjust your driving to suit these conditions. Question 27. The road is wet. Why would a motorcyclist steer around drain covers while they were cornering? C. To prevent the motorcycle sliding on the metal drain covers. Explanation. Other drivers or riders may have to change course due to the size or characteristics of their vehicle. Understanding this will help you to anticipate their actions. Motorcyclists and cyclists will be checking the road ahead for uneven or slippery surfaces, especially in wet weather. They may need to move across their lane to avoid surface hazards, such as potholes and drain covers. Question 28. Why is it bad technique to coast when you're driving downhill? A. The vehicle will gain speed more quickly. Explanation. Coasting is when you allow the vehicle to freewheel in neutral or with the clutch pedal depressed. When traveling downhill, this will cause the vehicle to gain speed more quickly as you lose the benefits of engine braking. It may even lead to a loss of control. You shouldn't coast, especially when approaching hazards such as junctions or bends, and when traveling downhill. Question 29. When will you feel the effects of engine braking? C. When you change to a lower gear. Explanation. You will feel the effect of engine braking when you take your foot off the accelerator. Changing to a lower gear will increase the effect. Question 30. What should you do when you're driving along a road that has a series of road humps? B. Stay at a reduced speed for the whole stretch of road. Explanation. Traffic calming measures are designed to protect vulnerable road users. Keep your speed down where traffic calming measures are in place. Question 31. There's been a heavy fall of snow. What should you consider before driving in these conditions? A. Whether your journey is essential. Explanation. Consider whether the increased risk is worth it. If the weather conditions are bad and your journey isn't essential, then don't drive. If you have to drive, make sure you're well prepared in case you get stuck. Question 32. Why should you switch off your rear fog lights when the fog has cleared? A. To prevent dazzling drivers behind. Explanation. Don't forget to switch off your fog lights when the weather improves. You could be prosecuted for driving with them on in good visibility. The high intensity of rear fog lights can dazzle drivers behind and make your brake lights difficult to notice. Question 33. What will happen if you hold the clutch pedal down or roll in neutral for too long? B. It will reduce your control. Explanation. Holding the clutch down or staying in neutral for too long will cause your vehicle to freewheel. This is known as coasting, and it's dangerous because it reduces your control of the vehicle. Question 34. Why is traveling in neutral for long distances, known as coasting, bad driving technique? A. There won't be any engine braking. Explanation. Try to look and plan well ahead. Plan your approach to hazards and select the correct gear in good time. This will help give you the control you need to deal with anything unexpected that may occur. Question 35. Why should you test your brakes after this hazard? C. Your brakes will be wet. Explanation. A ford is a crossing over a stream that's shallow enough to drive or ride through. After you've gone through a ford or deep puddle, your brakes will be wet and they won't work as well as usual. To dry them out, apply a light brake pressure while moving slowly. Don't travel at normal speeds until you're sure your brakes are working properly again. Question 36. What will happen to your car when you drive up a steep hill? A. The engine will work harder. Explanation. The engine will need more power to pull the vehicle up the hill. When approaching a steep hill, you should select a lower gear to help maintain your speed. You should do this without hesitation so that you don't lose too much speed before engaging the lower gear. Question 37. You're driving on the motorway in windy conditions. What should you do as you overtake a high-sided vehicle? A. Be wary of a sudden gust. Explanation. The drought caused by other vehicles, particularly those with high sides, could be strong enough to push you out of your lane. Be prepared for a sudden gust of wind as you overtake large vehicles. Keep both hands on the steering wheel to help you keep full control. Question 38. What's the reason for traffic calming measures? B. To slow traffic down. Explanation. Traffic calming measures make the road safer for vulnerable road users such as cyclists, pedestrians, and children. These can be designed as chicanes, road humps, or other obstacles that encourage drivers and riders to slow down. Question 39. When may you wait in a box junction? A. When oncoming traffic prevents you turning right. Explanation. The purpose of a box junction is to keep the junction clear by preventing vehicles from stopping in the path of crossing traffic. You mustn't enter a box junction unless your exit is clear. However, you may enter the box and wait if you want to turn right and are only prevented from doing so by oncoming traffic. Question 40. When may you overtake another vehicle on their left? D. When you're in a one-way street. Explanation. You may pass slower vehicles on their left while traveling along a one-way street. Be aware of drivers who may need to change lanes and may not expect faster traffic passing on their left. Question 41. What color are the reflective studs along the left-hand edge of the motorway? B. Red. Explanation. Reflective studs are used to help you in poor visibility. Different colors are used so that you'll know which lane you're in. These are red on the left-hand edge of the carriageway, white between lanes, amber on the right-hand edge of the carriageway, green between the carriageway and slip roads. Question 42. You're driving at night. What should you do if you're dazzled by headlights coming towards you? C. Slow down or stop. Explanation. If the headlights of an oncoming vehicle dazzle you, slow down or if necessary, stop. Don't close your eyes or swerve as you'll increase your chances of having a collision. Don't flash your headlights either, as this could dazzle other drivers and make the situation worse. Question 43. What should you do if you park on the road when it's foggy? D. Leave parking lights switched on. Explanation. If you have to park your vehicle in foggy conditions, try to find a place to park off the road. If this isn't possible, park on the road facing in the same direction as the traffic. Leave your parking lights switched on and make sure they're clean. Question 44. Why could it be dangerous to keep the clutch down or select neutral for long periods of time while you're driving? B. You'll have less steering and braking control. Explanation. Letting your vehicle roll or coast in neutral reduces your control over steering and braking. This can be dangerous on downhill slopes where your vehicle could pick up speed very quickly. Question 45. What will happen if you use rear fog lights in good conditions? B. They'll dazzle other drivers. Explanation. Rear fog lights shine more brightly than normal rear lights so that they show up in reduced visibility. When the visibility improves, you must switch them off. This stops them dazzling the driver behind.